the following presentation of the National Football League.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. On one sideline, look at the head coach of the Dolphins. His guy sporting an unblemished 3-0 record so far. Leading the opposing sideline, that's Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. These guys mired in a losing streak, hoping a trip home is going to help them snap out of it. Welcome everybody tuning in. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here as Jake Bates is going to get this started. And we're off and running from Lambeau. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the University of Cincinnati alum drafted back in 2022, Desmond Ridder.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game the wins are typically built off of.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Again, it's Avani Conda. And he won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing third down to begin this ball game. Dolphins bring out a 5th defensive back on third.
Brings up third down and 5.
Now Ridder. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them, trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. The Packers send out their punting unit. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
2 numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, and took great care of the football. And of course, he cares less about those 2 numbers. It's more about the alphabet, like that letter W picking up the win in that ball game.
They've got first down here from the 36.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Dolphins.
Okay, carry for Devon Achane. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Brought down by Quay Walker. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. And stick with Achane. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
To the air on 3rd and long. It's a big strike to him. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. From the red zone on first. That's caught. Devon Achane. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Tua now from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Third and long for him here. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Hicks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down. That is Jake Bates ready to try to knock this through. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And that's going to give them their first points of the ball game.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. A little early momentum with that field goal.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Coach Matt LaFleur ushering his Packers offense back to the field. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive.
Ready?
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go. 33, yellow.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Completed to his running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Bucket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. And let that pass rush get home.
Ready?
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going. That incompletion won't help.
On again comes Michael Pilardi for another punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. His work begins at the 31. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So Miami headed out for its 2nd drive of the game. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Trying to hit his fullback there. So it'll be 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Has him on the quick hitter. He has this down to the 34. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. And the pack gets home, they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up. They need a good chunk here, at least 14 yards to pick up this 1st down. Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. That one's complete, right side. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being 4th down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Inside of field goal range, but the kicker ain't moving. They're going for this. Tagovailoa throwing on 4th. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Ready,
Slot man motioned over. They go play action on 1st down. To the left, that's pulled in by Golden. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Here's Ritter. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
He was defended by Brian Burke.
Black swap.
Give up the gut to Abanikanda. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. To the left side, it's pulled in by Waddle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Running with Achane here out of the gun. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 8 on that one. And that is a Dolphins 1st down. Staying on the ground here with Achane. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Hits him on the out route. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down.
That's another Dolphins.
Now Tagovailoa to throw. Finds a man right side. He's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. We're through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Dolphins in a real good spot to score. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. Offense still line. This is 2nd and 4. Here's Tua again. Chased out to his right. And they take this in for the score. The Dolphins make it a 9-point advantage. Tua Tagovailoa with the touchdown.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. And he just put on a show.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Dolphins make it a 10-point ball game.
Packers nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over.
The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
You know, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback, as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
Shotgun handoff to Amani Kanda. Escapes the defender. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
2nd and 3 now.
Here we go. Here we go. Cut.
Ritter. It's money in left. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Caught quickly on the slant. This gets down to about the 36-yard line. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Opposite.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Ready. Ready.
Throwing from the gun. He finds his man. It's Crab. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Extra DB out there for the Finns. 3rd down.
Come on, set. 10 black. Cut.
Ritter to throw. And he will not get them to that marker. Heck, all he can do is get back to the line. 4th down. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. 4th down. They're going to throw for it. That pass is tipped, and they'll get to it for the interception. Sidney Brown makes the play. At the 20. And this is going to be a pick 6. He is in for the Miami touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins take a 3-possession lead.
17. Packers nothing.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip.
On the double.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Back to the air following that pick 6. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Yellow, 22, sand. Hut. Ready?
From the gun, here's a body conduct. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuff in the run.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Michael Pilardi on the punt. Takes this in at the 25. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding. Receiving team.
A quality return initially, but much shorter after you take away the yards from that holding call. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. There's A-Chain up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
That's 16 on the pickup. And it's going to be first down Miami.
And the Dolphins, first down.
Ready.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
At the shotgun, they'll give it to A-Chain. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Taken down at the 40.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with third and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Oh, it's a tip drill, intercepted. Andrew and Cooper takes it away. And the Packers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, takes more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
Finds him over the middle. Into enemy territory and a yard at most from the first. That brings up third down.
A gain of 14 yards. Brings up
Looking to throw on third and one. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
intended for Matthew Bolton.
Here's Michael Pilardi on to punt this away. And he'll try to hit this one well. And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Dolphins just about set up here. First and 10. They'll start the drive with A-Chan. And he scampers ahead and gets two on the carry. Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8.
A gain of 2.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Ready, shot.
It's a chance on the inside give. He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
Intended for Devon Achane. Incomplete.
Air it out on 3rd. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that is a Dolphins first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Tua now from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's Tagovailoa again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Again, it's Tagovailoa. There's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Short pass brought in. We'll get out of bounds after a small gain. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. First down, here's Tua. Finds his back, Achane. And he's brought down at the line. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Ready, out.
Back to throw. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. The 2 in a row now have slipped away.
Ready, ready.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. He's within striking distance. He's out of bounds to set 1st and goal, but they might not get to keep this. We've got a flag down. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on 3rd down.
Go ahead.
To the air yet again. Tagovailoa. To the left side. It's pulled in by Waddle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it 2nd.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Bates' kick is up and good. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
We hear it every single week, Kate, when we talk to these special teams coaches, frankly, the whole team and head coaches, how important just that momentum is coming into break and heading out of break. Well, that was job well done. Mission accomplished to score before the end of half.
Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Packers getting one final drive before the half. And with field position and the clock against them here, probably not going to see anything of substance. Drive starts with an option, right side. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
The 19-yard line.
So we've reached halftime, Brock, in a lopsided contest so far. Let's hear what Scott Hansen has to say. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Our trip through the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium. The Giants at home to take on the Eagles in the NFC East. And this is the man quarterbacking the G-Men. A 4-yard touchdown pass in the box score. The Giants get back to 500, 2 up, 2 down as they get the victory at home. From there, we go to Indianapolis. We'll check in on the Colts as they host the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is not exactly a thing of beauty, but it'll do the job. This is going to end up a touchdown. The Colts find a way. They win it by a point. Lastly, got one more to show you here. And it's the first-round draft pick, J.J. McCarthy. He's looking to throw. Nothing's there, so he takes off. And he takes off to the painted grass. Touchdown. 20 yards on the scramble. The Vikings get back to 500 at 2-2 with the road win. With that, time to look at the rest of the action here in Week 4 as we wrap up the first month of the season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we hand it back over to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
On the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. That kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
He's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Let's call that a solid run there, partner. He got about 6. It's going to be third down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Tua off the play fake. This finds Austin complete. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Out of bounds just past midfield.
They go play action with Tagovailoa. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. Coming to the line for another first and 10. Now A-Chan. They'll couple together a yard there. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
Here's a screen for Achane. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
This finds its target. That's Hill. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins grow the lead coming out of halftime. Tyreek Hill, the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, They really want their chance, and they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins continue piling onto this lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And the return man is hauled down. And the question now, Brock, is will we be headed backwards here? We've got a flag down. Hoping to help spring him for a bigger return, but he got caught, and it lessens the return instead. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. A handoff right for Obaniconda. Nothing doing here as he only manages the arm.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. And lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
17-yard line.
52 Bulls.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Well, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Has his man. It stops. And he's going to be brought down right at the 35. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. All set to go now from the 35.
35-yard line.
Here we go.
Throwing here, Ritter. This finds Dodds. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
And 4.
Black 40.
At the 41-yard line.
Still sticking with the passing game. He keeps it and takes off. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide of practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Smith, red.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Dolphins' 46-yard line.
Ritter setting up to throw. Taken in by Williams outright. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Set. Go. 33. Yep. Ready.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of him. So now they're facing 4th down.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that 3rd down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
And this just gets past the 20 before going out. The Miami offense headed out there now. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Looking to his fullback now. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run. It's Achane. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, he got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Throwing now, Tagovailoa. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Now Jalen White gets it for the first time. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
It's 44.
Ready.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Taken in by Hill, right side. And he's taken down at the 30. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
A run now with A-Chain. And they're going to have 1st and goal when we begin our 4th quarter. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal.
Hey. Out, down. Get in.
Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. Need hardly anything here. 2nd and inches.
Go ahead. Hey.
Running for it, it's A-Chain. And he's in for the touchdown. The Dolphins keep running away with this. Devon A-Chain with the touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Bates now for the point after. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Coach Matt LaFleur ushering his Packers offense back to the field. And if we're being honest, Brock, this game already over. It was a while ago, but still something for this offense to play for. They can try to avoid that shutout.
Yeah, it's kind of like a game, like baseball, right? You're looking up at that scoreboard and you know it's impossible, but find some momentum, something good to build on for next week.
Let's go now.
Now Ritter. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
And the Packers
45.
first down.
Ritter looking to throw. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. And Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, because when one pick becomes two.
Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers putting up points in a game decided. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Now Prater on to send it away. On the return, here comes Austin. Things going well so far. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. The Dolphins send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. So after the sack, here comes 2nd and 11. Now a toss play for Achane. Ooh, they're on that one. Second down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
It is phenomenally tough to block this guy in a passing situation. Well, equally as tough to block him out there on the edge. He chased that toss down, and I don't envy these guys trying to block that monster today.
That's caught for the first. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
Such an exciting play lost because of that penalty. This offense now left to think of their next call as they make the long walk back down the field. So they get dings for the holding. Gotta wonder if that changes their call as they line this up for third down. Third and long for him here. Lasers this one deep down the middle. Big gain downfield. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch.
At the 48-yard line.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. Here's Achane. Solid run in here. That's 9 yards as he brings up second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he is able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Now 1 second before they call delay a game, a timeout comes in. And they still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
All right.
Achane, a first down carry. He surges ahead for 5. Make it second down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stick with Achane. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Achane again. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And it's going to be first down, Miami.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now a run with right. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
14 more yards. That's another Dolphins first down.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Dolphins close to beginning the year 4-0. 4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal.
Ready, out!
Achan will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling their running backs, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
18, ready,
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Finds his back. Achan. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Third and goal now as they try to pile on further.
18,
Now we've got whistles, but not for delay of game. They were able to get a timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
Let's go.
Setting up for the kneel down on third.
Tiger, 19 Tiger.
It's a designed run for him. Looks like they want to squeeze every point they can out of this game. Field goal team is out there. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. Well, what began as just a good start to this season might be becoming something a little bit better, Brock. 4-0 now. There may be some serious legs to the start they're having here.
Yeah, let's not go calling them the 72 Dolphins yet, Kate. A lot of season left. But you'll hear coaches, especially in this first month of the season, call it stacking wins.
Yep.
And you know, if you can sustain success and you stack these wins early, you're typically a playoff team late.
So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Green Bay.